Kick-Ass was released in 2010. It was directed by Matthew Vaughn and it stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Chloe Grace Moretz, Mark Strong, Christopher Mintz and Nicolas Cage. Kick-Ass tells the story of a teenager called Dave, played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson, who one day dreams of becoming a superhero and creates an alter ego called Kickass. But then he becomes embroiled in a real-life battle of good versus evil when he teams up with vigilante hit group Hit Girl and Big Daddy, played by Chloe Grace Moretz and Nicolas Cage. And they team up to take down notorious gangster Frank Domingo, played by Mark Strong. As always guys, thanks for supporting this channel. Keep on supporting it. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit that alarm bell as well so you can get notifications from me when my videos are going to be uploaded, and give this video a like as well. I like to be pleasantly surprised when going to the cinema. I like something that's just going to come out of left field and just entertain me. I don't like anything that's too predictable. 2010 wasn't that much of a good year for films. And Kick-Ass was a gem. It was a thoroughly entertaining watch. And even though it was based upon a comic book, you had one of the most un-comic book films ever put to screen. In 2008, we had the start of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk. And then in 2010, we had Iron Man 2. Kick-Ass gave us something different. This did for the comic book genre what Deadpool did several years later, which was it took the comic book genre to another level. It took it in a totally different direction. And we got something that was very, very vibrant, very, very funny, but at the same time, very violent and very, very profane. But it still hit all the right notes. And Logan and Deadpool have followed suit from that. But we've had these types of films before. Watchmen wasn't received well by critics, but it did get praised for its visual storytelling and its different take on the comic book genre. But we cannot forget that it all started with Blade, which was released in 1998. Again, that was a very, very fast, very violent, but very, very entertaining film. And it was based upon a Marvel comic book. Kick-Ass is jaw-droppingly funny, and it is thoroughly entertaining. It works thanks to great performances, great directing, great action set pieces, but more importantly than that, a very, very good script. Thanks to Matthew Vaughn and Jane Goldman. These two worked together on a film called Stardust in 2007, and they've regularly collaborated. They worked together on X-Men First Class, they worked together on The Kingsman, and Jane Goldman is a very, very talented writer, and she happens to be the wife of Jonathan Ross. There's a bit of trivia for you. Kick-Ass rebels against everything that we know about comic books. And this works because Matthew Vaughn financed this movie independently. So he didn't have studios breathing down his neck saying to him, this is what you need to do, this is what you shouldn't be doing, take this out, put this in. No, this was his vision. And what a vision it is. This is literally like reading a comic book. It is very, very vibrant, very, very colourful. And whilst I say that this film rebels against the comic book genre, it has nods to comic book films of the past. If we talk about the performances, Aaron Taylor-Johnson's character, Dave, he is the narrator of this film and he is on full Peter Parker mode from Spider-Man. He's very awkward, he's invisible to females, he's not that cool, and that is where the comparisons end. Because like I said before, this is an uncomic book film, so this is a child that also dreams about having sex with one of his teachers and watches porn on the internet. But this film also does nod to other comic books. So whilst we do have the nod to Spider-Man, when we first see Dave become Kick-Ass and attempt to stop a robbery, he accidentally gets stabbed and then gets knocked over by a car. And then to heal him, they put metal plates in parts of his body. And as we all know, that is a nod to Wolverine. But I liked what Aaron Taylor-Johnson brought to the role. He brought a level of innocence and there was a level of empathy that you could sympathize. Like, okay, we've all been there before. We've all been that awkward teenager. But it was also very funny in certain elements of the film. But what I loved most about Aaron Taylor-Johnson's performance was the fact that this guy acknowledges he is not a superhero. He's just a guy trying to be a superhero. Kick-Ass spoofs the genre in certain elements of the film. So these guys know that they're not superhuman, they know that they're not immortal, they know that they're just regular guys just trying to do a job, and it's seen throughout the film. The film really does come alive when Nicolas Cage and Chloe Moretz come onto the screen. Big Daddy and Hit Girl, my word. They are incredible. This has to be one of Nicolas Cage's best roles in a very, very long time. He is an ex-cop who was set up by Frank Domingo's character. He was put in prison. His pregnant wife at the time couldn't cope. She took an overdose and she died, but then gave birth to their daughter, Mindy, played by Chloe Grace Moretz. And he trains her to take down Frank Domingo. And there was a really, really good backstory there. His character, Big Daddy, the way that he talks is a nod to Adam West's Batman. And Nicolas Cage gets some of his best dialogue and some of his best action sequences in a very, very long time. Chloe Grace Moretz was only 13 at the time when she did this role, and she gained some controversy for her role as Hit Girl. Because playing Hit Girl, she was very, very profane and used the C word, and that drew a lot of controversy. But Chloe Grace Moretz has gone on to have a very, very respectable career. Starring in such films as Hugo, she starred in 2014's The Equalizer, and she brought everything to this role. Great physicality, great humor, great comedic timing, and the duo coming together was just really, really funny. One particular scene where Dave comes across Hit Girl and Big Daddy for the first time.
How do I get a hold of you?
You just contact the mayor's office. He has a special signal that shines in the sky. It's in the shape of a giant cock.
And Mark Strong as Frank Domingo. Mark Strong is a brilliant actor. And what I noticed about the dynamic between him and his son, it was almost like Norman and Harry Osborn. In terms of, you've got one person who's concerned with his work and concerned about criminal activities, and you've got a son who falls by the wayside and then goes into a life of crime as well. So there's another nod to the comic book genre. But Mark Strong lent fine support. Again, very, very menacing when he needed to be, very, very comedic as well. And he then would further collaborate with Matthew Vaughn in 2015's Kingsman. Kickass has some incredible set pieces and some jaw-droppingly funny but over-the-top violent sequences that are as visceral and as bloody as they are cartoonish. So when we first see Hit Girl take out some people, it is very, very comic book and very, very over the top. The finale sequence, where we see the shootout in the library, reminiscent of some John Woo films. It is very, very entertaining and it's very, very energetic. And we saw that Matthew Vaughn would take that same format and transfer it to his 2015 release, The Kingsman. Kick-Ass is just a very, very entertaining watch. And it is a shame that they did the sequel, because the sequel was just absolutely whack and nowhere near as good as its predecessor. Kick-Ass is just a very, very vibrant and funny film. It is a living, breathing comic book filled with great performances, great comedic dialogue, great action set pieces, and great direction. And it is just a very, very well written film. So I'll give this film a very, very strong 9 out of 10. So guys, that's my review. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on watching because there'll be more to come. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit that alarm bell as well so you can get notifications from me when my video is going to be uploaded. Give this video a like as well. Leave your comment with what is your favourite scene from Kick-Ass. Comment down below and I shall see you on the next film review. Take care.